Hello, this is Andrew at House Resort. Thank you for joining us. I was going to talk about a few simple solutions when there is a power failure. I think we all have faced that. Actually, right now is probably the season for bad storms and, God forbid, hurricanes. And when that happens, we want to be able to be somewhat prepared for it. And I say somewhat because no matter what you do, it's difficult to be completely ready for it. So we're just going to take simple steps, things that are within a practical budget, and see what we can do to endure the few hours, hopefully a few hours of power failure. When we all know, we all have experiences when there's a bad storm, and either during summer months or winter months, when there's a bad storm, it's really hard to minimize the damage that could be. I mean, if there's a power failure, obviously you can use your refrigerator. So there goes all the food in the freezer section or in the regular part of the refrigerator. So you have to do whatever you can to minimize that damage. Of course, you're not going to have any heating or cooling if it's dependent on power. So today we're just going to discuss a few simple things you could do. Now, I understand if you have a bigger budget, you can obviously get a whole big generator that installed as a permanent feature in a house, when they actually install it to either gas lines or propane tanks, where the generator automatically kicks in when there is a power failure. I'm not going to cover that option. I mean, I've mentioned it obviously, but that sort of solution probably starts around $10,000 or so. I know when we go to Home Depot or Lowe's, we do find them sometimes just displayed, and they're several $1,000s. But I think by the time you pay the installation labor and any other complications that there might be, for example, they sometimes have to actually create a platform in the yard for it, like they pour concrete and they put the generator on top. They may have to do some other things to create a structure that can support the weight of the big generator. But that is probably the best solution. And of course, the best solution comes with a bigger budget. But that generator would automatically come up after like just a short few seconds and will provide you with electricity often for the whole house. Or you could arrange to have the right generator that can handle the square footage of your house and all the different appliances that you have connected to your power grid in the house. So we are not going to be talking about that a lot, because that again is something that you could do if you have that particular budget allocated to spending on a generator. The other option would be probably the smaller generators that are somewhat portable, like they usually have a handle, and you can just pour gasoline in them. There are different brands in the marketplace. I mean, some of the more popular ones are by Honda. There are many brands. You could just go online and find out what Home Depot or Lowe's or anyone else has. So that is one option, which many people have. But I think that again requires probably spending at least around $600 to get a generator. You got to figure out, a place to store some fuel, because I think any regular loading of the fuel tank for these generators would probably last around maybe 5, 6, 7 hours, depending to how often you use it or how much you're using it for. So you have to be ready to spend that much money in kind of creating that sort of a solution for yourself. And of course, you have to always make sure that that sort of a generator stays outside of your house, because it's producing gases that would be harmful to any living being, pets and humans. So you have to be very careful with that you never bring anywhere close to your house. That stays outside. So you have to kind of figure out where you want to have that, how far it's going to be, how you're going to connect it to your power box in your house. The other much simpler solutions are for much shorter times, and they are like really a limited solution for just a few hours. The simple things are really a way to be organized and have everything maybe in a plastic bin, easily noted and identified, so anyone in your family would know where they are. So if you know, not if everyone is not at home at the same time, whoever is at home would know how to access those items. For example, I mean, some of you may just say, well, this is just obviously basic, but the point is to have all these together. I know some of these items are basic, but you need to have them all organized and ready to go. So candles would be an obvious, simple choice that people have used for hundreds of years. So candles would be important to have, but make sure you have something to lit the candles with. So we have either this gas lighter, or you could have simple matches, but make sure they're all together and in a easy to reach sort of a place and well organized. Next, we have a flashlight. These are the Maglite brand, which a lot of people like. They're very sturdy. I think they have a aluminum casing, so they're tough and well made. I think it's a good idea to make sure that you don't have the batteries stored in them all the time. It's just better for the flashlight. So you want to make sure that you have the right size battery right beside this flashlight wherever you're storing this. So all these items could be stored in one plastic bin, and that's where really I'm putting some emphasis on that. I know these are basic items, but you don't want to go and look for these things, even though you may have them. But if there's a power failure and it's dark, you don't want to go around the house and look for these things. Obviously, you want to have them all in one place so you can find them. The other type of flashlight would be like lanterns like this, and you could just pull it up. I don't know how bright, this is kind of bright, so I don't know how it will look on the, if I can turn it on. Okay, so it's kind of bright. So this is how it looks like. So then it goes, I'm going to actually pull it out of the camera range because it goes into the flashing mode and red when you like change the different types of lights. So it's actually good to have like in a car too. So if you ever need to like put a sign on by your car that maybe there's an emergency situation or it's at dark and you don't want other cars to get close to your car, this flashes either with just bright light or red light or flashing red light. So this is a very nice handy lantern to have, and I think this is available. It's available at Amazon, but I think this was actually purchased at Costco. So you could find them in many different locations, and we will try to have links. There will be affiliate links, and they would be below in the description for any of these. So if you want to find them and look for them, you can. But we are not sponsored by any of these companies. We do have affiliate links to some of them. So if you want to choose and purchase those items by clicking on those links, we would appreciate that. But you could find them anywhere from any sources. These are just good examples of what you can find. But this is very bright and it's easy, and you just have to make sure that you have batteries close by. What we like to do is just get rechargeable batteries, which would be good for environment too, and have all the different sizes. I think this takes AA, but you want to make sure you have AA, AAA, and anything else that your flashlights require. So one other interesting thing that we have found is this light bulb that is like a regular light bulb. There isn't really that much different. I mean, it looks a little different on this side of it, this area, but it's not any heavier than a regular light bulb, and it fits any table lamp that I know of, or any fixture. And the interesting thing about this light bulb is that it actually charges itself as it's on. So when you need it, it's available for you. It comes in a box like this, and it's by a company called Jackon, I think is the best way to pronounce it. They're called rechargeable LED bulbs. They're 2 packs, The input voltage is 120 volts, 60 hertz, and the power is 9 wattage plus and minus 5%. The lumens factor on it is 850 lumens, equivalent to 60 watt light bulbs. And it can stay on for like for 3 to 4 hours. So the way this works is like you, as I said before, we just use it like a regular light bulb. And when your table lamp is on, your light fixture is on, this is charging itself. And I can just demonstrate how bright it is. And when the power goes off, it automatically comes on. So this is how bright that is. And you could actually like just use this little hanger and hang it from other places. Like if you're working, I don't know, on your car, or you need some temporary light in a closet, you could just have that and you could just hang it. It's not fragile at all. It just feels like it's sturdy. It's well made. And I'm just gonna turn it off. And you just have to make sure that you're actually using this. It's on a table lamp that is being used often. And as you use it, it charges itself. But it's very handy. And I like just the fact that like the minute the power goes off, these lights stay on for at least 2-3 hours. And they give you time to go and get your emergency kit, the power failure kit, and make sure that you have something in every room that you go to. So you would have a flashlight or a candle or whatever to keep things going. One last item that I wanted to show, which I think is really nice to have around, is this little generator by Jackery. And maybe you all have seen this before, I don't know, but maybe people who do camping are familiar with this. A lot of campers use this, but you could use it anywhere. So I'm just going to get it out of the box. It does have a nice bag for all the power cords and everything that you need here. And it comes out like this. It has very nice foam protection. And okay, this ended up being like an unboxing. So I know unboxings are very popular on YouTube, but here it is. It's called Jackery generator, and it doesn't of course need any gasoline or anything like that because it's charged via a power cord. So first you get it, you need to plug it in, and it goes on for like 6-7 hours, and it starts charging itself for like, it takes 6-7 hours. And when it's fully charged, it will let you know in this window right here. It's a very easily readable window and display window. And you have all these different outlets. So you could easily use this in your car. And there's a place here that, it can be charged via your car battery also. And you have this like USB ports or different type of ports that you can use with your phone, iPad, or even your computer. And you can charge multiple devices with this. So this is kind of nice to have. So even if you're like driving, you're traveling, and you're worried about being in a place where you may be using your phone a lot and you need to be able to recharge your phone or your computer, this will come very handy. And it does several devices at the same time. So it's really nice to have. This was like our solution for just like a temporary emergency power generator for like devices that we needed the most. Like you need your cell phone obviously for communication. Now you could attach a TV to this, like if you want to keep up with emergency information, and also even your modem, like your cable modem can be connected to this. And I have tried it. So actually when the power is off, if you put your cable modems here, so you have your Wi-Fi going, and you will be able to have wireless service at home and be able to do streaming, and then use your wireless service to do anything you want to do on the computer. This will last for several hours. And the nice thing about this is if the power failure goes on for several days, which would be a bad thing, there is a solar collector that can be purchased separately that works with this Jackery. So you just open it up. It's just a panel that opens up. I think, I'm just going with memory here, I think it's around maybe 2 or 3 feet long, and it just opens up, and you can use that solar collector to recharge the Jackery. So during daytime hours maybe, or whatever hours you have, or if you don't need, you already got your cell phones charged and your computer charged, you can use that solar collector to recharge your Jackery. So we like that too. So like if this was any other generator, you would have a little more complications with it. And it's absolutely quiet. It's very, very quiet when it's in use. I mean, there might be a little bit of humming noise, just a little bit, which I haven't even noticed. But when I read the information on it, they do mention that there's a little noise. But it's nothing like the big generators that create a lot of noise. So these items are just simple items that you can use to help you, through the first few minutes or a couple of hours of power failure. By the way, the Jackery, I think it's around $200. Sometimes it goes on sale, or when they come up with a newer model. These do come at different power capacities. So, the more you pay, the more expensive they become, the more storage of power they have in them, and they can last longer, or you may be able to put multiple devices on it and recharge them. So good, simple items. I hope this was helpful. If you could leave your comments and suggestions about anything else that you think would be good to have during a power failure, just in the few hours. Of course, this is not going to help you with your refrigerator that much, but there are other solutions that you can use there that are not that costly. We will appreciate your comments or suggestions. And if you find this video to be helpful, it'd be great if you could like it by hitting the like button. And if you could subscribe to us, then you will hear about more helpful suggestions and hints. So if you subscribe, more than likely you will get a notification when we have a new video. And I say more than likely because I don't think it works all the time, because I'm subscribed to a lot of channels and sometimes I don't get a notification from them. So you do have to hit the subscribe button and the bell button if it's there, and ask for notifications if you're interested in seeing more videos. So thank you again, and I look forward to your comments. We do read all the comments and suggestions, so please feel free. Thank you.